everybody, and welcome back to Tiny Sailor's World. It's been a while since the last Evolution Tiny Sailor's World video, but we are back, and we are going to see a lot of vehicles today. Starting with the Blue Speed. You guys may remember this ship. And we'll be doing a voyage from Southampton to Halifax. So let's load up. 2,198. 220 cargo. There we go. And if you're wondering why there's nobody on the server, it's because I'm in my friend's private server. Which is nice for a change. So nobody in the U-boat can torpedo me. But we'll head to a public server for once we get to a U-boat. Once we check out a U-boat. So let's depart from Southampton and head to Halifax. Yeah. Off we go to Halifax. Okay. Now, of course, there could be some hazards. Like rogue waves, icebergs, tsunamis, and torpedoes and mines, but we will be good, hopefully, as the Blue Speed, just a repaint of Lusitania, is heading to Halifax. Because if you look at the stern, port of registry, Halifax. And no, I don't live in Halifax. Just thought the port of registry for Halifax would be nice because Halifax is really the only Canadian port in the game. So yeah. But it would be nice if they added other Canadian ports like British Columbia or New Brunswick. That would be nice. Think I could see some icebergs or some sea mines. Oh! We just hit a mine. What type of doors? Pumps? Oh my. We just hit a mine. I never got that much damage from a sea mine before. Jeez. So, I say we're like one. Yeah, we're pretty low in the water now. In fact, if we hit another one, we're done. Hey, I never seen that that little bridge thing from Southampton and Halifax. First time seeing it. I only seen that little bridge thing from New York to Cape Town. So yeah. Never actually went down the Southampton to Halifax route. Mostly only Cherbourg to Halifax. But anyway, after we go to Halifax, we'll sail out of the port and sink the vessel. So yeah. Now we're only traveling 16 knots because of that sea mine. Originally 22 knots, but Yeah. This ship, because of the yellow funnels with the black stripes, it kind of looks like the Canadian Pacific Steamship Company because of those nice yellow funnels, like the with the black stripes, just like the Empress of Ireland. Strangely, not the Empress of Britain, though. Which was the sister ship to the Empress of Ireland. So, yeah. If you're wondering why I blowed on the screen, it's because there was a piece of hair on the screen. Of course, you guys can't see the hair, but for me, I can see it. And I believe if we, just like I said earlier, if we hit another mine, we're probably gonna sink. But once I saw us go down to red, I'm like, oh shoot, we hit a mine. But let's see how much longer. Okay, 15 more seconds until we can reuse the pumps. Then we can, yeah. As we can see, the pump cooldown is done, so reuse the pumps. And now we're back in the green zone. Still not full health though, but we're going one less of our top speed. 22 is our top speed, but we're only going 21 so far, so hey, at least we'll make it to Halifax on time soon. As we can see, all the passengers on board the Blue Speed is enjoying their trip. Only have one hazard so far, and that was that one sea mine. But yeah, we're good. And we are almost at Halifax. Now, if you're wondering, does the Blue Speed have any interior, aka Lusitania? Unfortunately not. Only promenades, because they're tiny ships, which is understandable. But hey, at least the newer ships in Tiny Sailor's World have interior. As we can see, there's Halifax. And let's drop off our passengers. Once we reach Halifax, they'll drop off automatically. Once we get closer to Halifax, of course. And start turning so we don't hit the ship warehouse. There we go. We've dropped off our passengers and cargo. Just hit the load button so I hit the load button. There we go. So I hit the load button again so that we would not see any passengers. And let's sail the ship towards Cape Town. Actually, San Francisco. And we'll sink the ship. Icebergs. And ice field. Perfect. We can sink the ship with an iceberg. Just like Titanic. So, the Blue Speed is now going to hit an iceberg like the Titanic. History repeats itself when 1912, Titanic hits an iceberg. 2025, Blue Speed hits an iceberg. Okay. So let's say the Blue Speed is making its way to San Francisco, and that's when they enter the ice fields. The captain orders the ship to turn, but let's say the steering is jammed, but once they are able to turn it, it's too late, and the ship gets hit by an iceberg. Oh, whoa. And let's say the engines come to a stop. Man, we are listing. And sink the vessel. So, sink by bow. To starboard list and split. Hopefully. And yeah, that is the the way we were listing to the starboard after the iceberg collision, and now the blue speed is going down. And of course, nobody's going to rescue us because we're in a private server. So yeah. As we can see, the blue speed there. Oh, whoa! First and second funnel already collapsed. That's the thing with the Lusitania. Once the funnels collapse, she raises out of the water a little bit. Only all 4 funnels have collapsed. The ship has split, but you didn't see it actually split, but you can see the markings of where the ship split. There goes the bow. It's gonna land, yep, onto its side, just like I expected. And there goes the air from the compartment, and the ship has sunk. There goes the stern headed to the bottom. There goes the engine and the mast, and on its side. And there, let's go see the wreck of the Blue Speed. Here it is. Very interesting looking wreck. Alright, let's move on to the next ship. Okay. Let's head on over to Cherbourg. Our next ship is the Blue Marilyn, which is funny because it is actually orange, but if we hit the skin, there we go, it's blue. We got the CMB, the Carpathia, and the Atlantic with the sails out. Now let's load up with 60 crew on board and 6 cargo. 6 cargo. I said 6 cargo. Thank you. And let's see where we could go. Let's head to Tokyo. Tokyo looks nice. I haven't been there in a while. If you remember that sinking ship game by Kin something, forget the number, we actually have one of these ships in we actually have a heavy load carrier in that game. So yeah. So let's turn and make our way to Tokyo. No, we're not hitting the iceberg again. We already saw what happened with the Blue Speed after that. Wait, can we sail with it submerged? We can. Oh my god. You should never do this IRL. The only time you should actually just submerge the ship is for when you load something on the ship. Now it's just 2 blocks and the front of a ship in the water. But if we actually look on the water line, it actually looks like the 3 ships are the Carpathia, the Atlantic, and the CMB are sailing. Okay, let's re-raise the ship before any corrode. Dang it, I forgot the name. Okay, we are now. I thought we could actually go to Tokyo, but let's actually head to Manila. Manila is a bit closer. But of course, we have to be careful because there's land in front of Cherbourg and Manila. I actually never visited Manila real life. Can somebody let me know in the comments what Manila looks like? Because I really want to visit Manila. Oh yeah, you see the CMB right here? I actually turned it into the SS Eastland. Yep, The ship that capsized in Chicago on its side in 1915. So that evolution should be coming soon. Oh my god, just look at all the masts. We got so many. We got 4 on the Atlantic, 4 on the Carpathia, so that's 8, and 2 on the CMB. This ship has 6 masts because of the steamships on board. And we are making our way to Manila. Thought we actually would go faster if we got rid of the cargo, aka the ships on board, but no. Oh, wait, look at the funnels on the orange livery. They're blue, but they looks like when the ship is painted blue, they repaint the funnels to white. I recognize this flag right there. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, I recognize this flag, but I don't know the name of it. If somebody could tell me in the comments down below what it is, the name of the flag, please let me know. Haven't been focusing on my geography lately, because I'm not a geography guy. I'm a ship and plane guy. Because as you can see, I've been uploading ship content, which you would really only see in my older videos before I became an aviation guy. But now I'm an aviation and ship guy, also known as maritime guy. Aviation and maritime guy. But yeah, we should be almost at Manila soon. So yeah. Check on the water for any mines, because we don't want to get hit a mine, because we already had the incident with a sea mine, and that was with the Blue Speed. Don't know why I called it the Blue Speed when they only went 22 or 27 knots, was it? I believe 22 knots for the Lusitania. But that top speed is pretty fast, unlike this ship. But I get why it's supposed to be slow. It's a heavy load carrier. So it would make sense. So I believe we have like a Buffalo Company ship on here, a Cunard Line ship, and a White Star Line ship on the Dockwise Limit, which I believe the Dockwise Limit is the owner of this ship. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments down below. But I think we should be at Manila soon. Oh god, there's some land in front of us. Evasive maneuvers. There we go. It's funny how we have New York and San Francisco right near each other, because IRL, I don't think that is possible. I mean, it could be possible if we get torpedoed, because we're pretty close to land, but not that close. And if we actually went through that canal right there between the big land and the small land, I'm pretty sure we would get stuck like the Ever Given. But hey, good thing we're not going down that way. We're going this way. And okay, before we overshoot Manila, we better turn. We're half on health. I mean, past half fuel.
You didn't really miss much at Nana.
As you can see right there in the distance, there is Manila. We can now deliver our cargo and
What the fuck? There's a piece missing to this.
ships here. So, yeah, after we arrive in Manila, we can sink the ship.
Come here.
It's becoming nighttime because of how freaking slow this ship is. So, let's turn our lights on.
I'm sealing this one. You don't need it, 'cause I don't know what happened to the rest of this.
I believe that's an AI ship. Yeah, because there's no one else on the server, so that's an AI ship. An AI Empress of Ireland. Good thing we got out of its way.
It's rocky.
Okay, we are now. Here we are in Manila, and we have delivered our passengers and cargo. We have delivered our passengers, well, technically our crew, and our cargo. Now we anchor the ship, and let's sink near the port of Manila. What should we sink by? Let's do a bow. Okay, we're doing starboard list, apparently. I meant to click bowsprit, but we're doing a starboard list. Sink by stern with a starboard list. I meant to do bowsprit, but I guess we're sinking by the stern. Which works. And I have to sink it on medium. This is going quite fast. As the Blue Maryland is going down. Oh, okay. So sink by stern with starboard list and split. So at least we got a split somewhere. But the CMB, Atlantic, and Carpathia are all gone. They just disappear when the ship splits, which is a bummer. I know, but it would actually be cool if we had the CMB, Carpathia, and Atlantic split with the Blue Merlin if the Blue Merlin split. So you could just make the stern down there, and there goes the bow, heading to the bottom. I think and that's 2 times the stern and bow had split. And my friend, who owns the private server, had joined. Okay, we're now in Manila. Because our next ship is the not going to pronounce Typhoon, which is an ocean liner and submarine. So that's cool. 3,000. That's a lot. No, not 3,000 cargo. That's too much. 300 cargo. There we go. And let's start up the engines. I thought we were going backwards, but no, we're going forwards. And where should we go? Sorry if you hear creaking, that's my camper door. 30 knots. So this ship is not as fast as the SS United States, but it's pretty fast. Let's actually see. How fast can we get from Manila to San Francisco? I mean, Manila to Tokyo. Because that's what our original destination with the Blue Merlin, but we were a bit too slow, so yeah. We will head to Tokyo with the not pronouncing Typhoon. Try. And because this is also a submarine, we can dive, so the passengers can also look underwater. But let's just keep the voyage with the submarine slash ship out of the water. I mean, above water, not underwater. Oh boy, that's some land. Turn. Let's turn the lights off because it's almost morning. It's 4 in the morning here. So as you can see, well, can't see because, as you can see, we're near some landmass, so we could get torpedoed. But that's just wrong. A submarine firing a torpedo at a submarine slash ocean liner. That's just weird. Wait, how would a submarine ocean liner sink if it was torpedo? But of course, we can't do torpedo sink. We can only sink slash crash simulation because that's how submarines and airships and planes work. And the 18th century boats. Okay, okay, we're now select. Okay, I just select. Oh, pumps. Watertight doors. Pumps. We just hit a mine, and in fact, one more mine, and we are dead. That's the most damn. Are you serious? Just saying. That's the second time we hit a mine in this video. First one, Blue Speed. Second one, this ship. If we hit one more mine, we're sinking. And we can't use our pumps or watertight doors because this submarine just don't have that. It's too different. Wait, does this have a different livery? No, doesn't look like it has a different livery. Just the white and red hull with the black stripe between the white and red hull, and the thunderstorm with those nice white and gray funnels. Oh yeah, and the custom evolution of the Oceanic is almost here. Wait. Oh my god, there's land in front of us. So we have to turn. And we have to turn all the way through this land. We have to turn away from this land and go to Tokyo. And but really? If this was a ocean liner and we were at 72 health, I would just head back to Manila. If we struck a mine where we struck, if we were in the same area where we struck a mine with a regular ocean liner, we would probably, if we were in this, wait, let me rephrase that. If we were in the same area where we struck the mine with this ship, I would head back to Manila to repair the ship if we were at 72 health. But this ship, slash submarine, is still floating. That's crazy. Wait, I may be risking it, but I am going to go through this canal. I may be risking it with torpedoes, but I have to do it. In fact, if we are torpedoed, we are sinking. Oh, I'm so scared. Are we going to get torpedoed? Please don't. Okay, we're not getting torpedoed. Okay, so that's good. Okay, we're making it out of this area, and we are going to make it to Tokyo. So we might actually just pass Tokyo and head to San Francisco. Yeah, we might actually head to San Francisco, but let's head to Tokyo quickly so we can, of course, repair the vessel. And of course, Tokyo would not be so close to San Francisco because San Francisco is in North America. Tokyo is like on the other side of the earth. But yeah, we are now making our way to Tokyo. We have 3,000 passengers on board. We cannot let the passengers down. And the thunderstorm has cleared. Yay! So now it's calm seas. I mean, if we could dive, if we went under the water, we could see the sea mine, but of course I didn't. We hit a mine. Ice field. What is it with me and finding an ice field? First, from Southampton, of course, from Southampton to Halifax, ice field found. Manila to Tokyo / San Francisco, ice field found. And there's also a third ice field. Once you get a bit further away from, Cherbourg and make it near New York, ice field. Here we are at Tokyo. The only complaint of Tokyo I have is the airport is inaccurate. Haneda is inaccurate. But I mean, it would be pretty hard to recreate Haneda in Tiny Sailor's World at a tiny depth. Let's anchor the vessel. Head to vehicle stats. And repair the vehicle. Still crazy to think that sea mine took almost all of our health away and just left our health with 72. Crazy. Anyway, let's head. So Tokyo was just a stopover to repair the ship. Exit. Let's reload the passengers and make our way to San Francisco. That's a pretty interesting sight. I believe that skinny, tall blue building. I believe that's like the tallest building in Tokyo. Could be wrong. That tall blue building with the needle. Here, I'll get a closer look. That one where the binoculars are pointing. That blue one. I believe that is the tallest building in Tokyo, but it could be wrong. I put on the anchor so we could have a nice examination of what if it could be the tallest building before of course we left Tokyo. And now we will make our way to San Francisco and then sink the vessel. Crush depth 200 meters. So if you go past 200 meters in this vessel, you won't implode. I keep hitting the anchors. Why? Oh yeah, here's what happens if you blow the horn on the ship. Boom. Of course, you can't hear the horn because I have the video muted. Oh wait, I could just toggle the music off. Of course, now we just have to deal with the seagulls. Now let's hear what that horn sounds like. Very interesting. I saw a trail of a rogue wave, but now it's gone. Wish there was a way to toggle off the seagulls. Oh well. Okay, I see some black spots. If you see some black spots, like me, those could be sea mines. Don't want to hit any sea mines, otherwise we'll probably be in the same situation once we left Manila and head to Tokyo. Oh, yep, we are definitely near some mines. We gotta be careful not to hit any as we make our way to San Francisco. Okay, let's actually just look underwater so we are to see if we are safe. Okay, I think we are safe from the minefields. And now we will be making our way to San Francisco. Looks like it's about to be nighttime soon. So let's turn on the lights. Usually if you hit a sea mine in an ocean liner and you're only left with 72 health, you will be going like 5 or 2 knots. But once we hit the sea mine and we were at 72 health, this vehicle was still going at top speed. Crazy. And there, as you can see, because this ship is pretty fast, there is San Francisco. There's an AI Lusitania, I believe, in the distance. Let's see what happens if we crash into them. Hello. How are you? That happens. So, if you see the AI ship, it will actually turn away from you. We anchor. I'm gonna turn the volume down, so, wait. Never mind. And time for the sync crash simulation. There it is. And it's on a hillside. But as we can see, it has imploded. Next vehicle. Okay, you have to delete the vehicle and vehicle stats. Here we are in Cape Town to spawn in our next vehicle, which is a B-17.
30.
We have changed
20.
airports. We're now in San Francisco. Now, it's been a while since I've flown one of these planes.
Terrain. Pull up.
Yes, I am pulling up. So let's see where we should fly to. Let's see if we can try and land at Cape Town. And engine failure. Now it would actually take a bit for the engines to turn off. So back in a moment. And I'm back and the plane had stalled.
Pull up.
You guys may have missed it, but we had stalled. Nah, okay. Part 2, coming soon. Nah, we'll check out a few more than part 2. Okay. Time to check out the last few vehicles before I make part 2. Here is the Romantic, but I converted it into the Nantucket for the Olympic evolution. So, let's reset it. There. Back to its traditional White Star Line livery. At first, this ship was called the Red Ocean, and then I converted it into the Nantucket. Wait, no. This ship was first the Nantucket, then converted back into the Romantic, then the Red Ocean, then back into Nantucket, and now back into the Romantic. So let's load up. Full passengers and cargo. And where should we depart to? How about Halifax? Halifax looks like a good port to sail to. And then after, we will sink the vessel. Or we could just hit a sea mine and sink. Who knows? But let's turn around and get going to Halifax in the Romantic. Heading to Halifax. Now let's change plans and go to New York because we already went to Halifax. Turning. And the Romantic is now heading to New York. And we are now off to New York. But of course we have to be careful because there's land in front of Cape Town and New York. Just like how there's land in front of Cherbourg and Manila. And there's an iceberg. But that won't come in our voyage. Probably mostly mines and torpedoes. And I believe this is what the ship would look like during the First World War? I'm not sure. But if somebody could tell me in the comments down below, please do. Or you could just rename this ship the Republic and switch to this skin and sink how the Republic sank in real life. So you can recreate the Republic just like in my Recreating the Disasters series. Let me know if you want me to do more Recreating the Event series where some ships become scrapped or hotel ships or university ships or get retired and head to Philadelphia to be docked. Of course, you know what. If you know, you know that last. If you know that last one, you know. Looks like it's a bit foggy today as we are coming towards New York. I'm going to use the binoculars to see if there's any land in front of us. Did not mean to click 2 times. I thought Republic, because it was like lower on the ocean liner list, I thought it might have some interior, but unfortunately not. Because the Titanic is the first ship to have interior in Tiny Sailor's World. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Lots of asking you guys to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but hey, I don't know some of this if it's true or not. Is that land or icebergs? That's oh no, anchors. That is land. Reverse the vessel. Reverse the vessel. Because there's fog in the way, I can't actually see how to get around this. I'm just going to get the ship turning. Come on, turn 10. I could absolutely be going the wrong way. This ship goes 15 knots, so a little faster than the Blue Merlin, but not that fast. Come on, fog, clear up. Want to get to New York. Yeah, Republic would definitely not have that horn. Anchors. There's land in front of the ship. Come on. Okay. Okay, good news. Fog has cleared. Bad news. There's still land in front of us. And this is the moment where we can strike a rock. Of course, I know there's like a little gateway to get from New York to Cape Town, but because of the fog, I did not remember where it was. So I just went this way. We got 12,000 people. 1,200 people on board the ship who relies of us to get them to New York. Why did I say 12,000 people? The ship cannot hold 2,000 people, otherwise it might sink. Speaking of sinking, we could absolutely hit this land if we're not careful of turning and sink. You know what? I might actually stop at Rio to... I mean, we do have enough fuel to get to New York, but we'll probably have a bit less of fuel once we get to New York, so I'm just gonna refuel at Rio. Hey, better safe than sorry. Now, of course, since it's getting dark, it'll be impossible to see the naval mines if we get hit by one. Bridge view. Here's a bridge view. And what's actually interesting, like the RMS Majestic in this game, there's no, not RMS Majestic, RMS Berengaria in this game. There's actually lifeboats at the front of this ship. Okay, we're now turning to the port because we are further away from the land, so we can now actually turn and get to New York. I see some lights. That could be a burning oil rig. If we see fire pop up, it's a burning oil rig. Looks like to me, yep, it is an oil rig on fire. Can they ever put out that fire? Who knows? I know it's probably really rare to see an oil rig with no fire. I may have risk skipping Rio and just heading to New York, but if we run out of fuel, we run out of fuel. It doesn't even look like we came from Cape Town anymore. It looks like we just departed Tokyo and we're this far from the voyage. In the voyage, but no, we did depart from Cape Town and we are going to New York. Going from South Africa all the way to North America. And if the Romantic actually went from Cape Town to New York, definitely it would run out of fuel. But in Tiny Sailor's World, apparently, if it was this far in the voyage, we'll only have 54% of fuel left. I did not mean to turn off the lights. So, I don't want to jinx us, but we had no hazards unlike our ocean liner and submarine voyage and the Blue Speed voyage. No mines, no enemy ships. No enemy ships is not possible because we're on a private server. No torpedoes, no icebergs, no rogue waves or tsunamis, or tornadoes or water spouts. So, very interesting. Imagine if I just said the last thing, a water spout. A water spout spawned and we were just taking damage. Yeah, I may have risked skipping Rio. Because we may run out of fuel. And it would be bad if we ran out of fuel, because then we can't get to our destination. And if we can't get to our destination, 1,200 people with 120 cargo on board would not be happy. And if the 1,200 people with 120 cargo are not happy, and they might have to get to a lifeboat and just wait for a different ship to come and take them to New York. And if that happens, we would have to scuttle the ship. Or just wait for a fuel tanker. Don't know why. Hey, scuttle the ship will be an option, but hey, it's Tiny Sailor's Boat. We can make up whatever we want. But I think we have enough fuel to make it. Wait, is there land in front of us again? Yes, there is. Hopefully we have enough fuel to make it. It's 1 in the morning right now, so you should begin getting a sunrise soon. Wait. Stop the ship. I want to examine something. Okay. They're rocks. I thought they were icebergs. Continue on with the voyage. Don't know why I'm turning. I could easily risk it and hit a rock. Kind of like Costa Concordia and SS Atlantic. Something that did not go too well for both of those ships. So, yeah. We may just have enough fuel to make it. Sorry if I keep showing gameplay paused. Okay, I think we just have barely enough fuel to make it from Cape Town to New York in a 15-knot ocean liner. gameplay pause keeps showing up. It's annoying. Of course, if we were on a public server and we were this low on fuel, I would be calling a tanker right now. And this is my third 1 hour video. The first being sinking 29 different ships, and the other one is the Thomas and Friends crashes. And this one, and our third 1 hour video, this one. Oh my god, we may just have enough fuel. Only 21% of fuel left. Can we make it to New York? I think. Oh, let's go! We have made it to New York. Only with 19% of fuel. Probably once we reach the port, it will be less. But we have made it to New York. We have made it to New York. Hooray! We have dropped off our passengers. Now it's time to sink the ship. How should we sink it? We were talking about torpedoes earlier, and we have not had a torpedo sinking. So let's have a torpedo sinking. I will get moving. Oh, we will sink by the stern with our torpedo. And the Romantic is going down. As the sun rises. Still surprised we had enough fuel to make it to New York from Cape Town. We had 100% fuel once we made it to New York. Once we departed Cape Town, and only had 17% of fuel once we arrived in New York. And there goes the Romantic going down. The sinking has paused. No, oh no, there she goes. She's plunging. And there goes the bow, heading to the bottom of the ocean near New York. So somebody, a scuba diver from New York, can swim out this way and discover the wreck of the Romantic. The Romantic is slowly going under. Romantic, why did you pause again? Okay, because of the lag for some reason in the server, it took a while for the ship to sink, but she is slowly but surely sinking. Heading to the ocean floor. There goes the mast. Interesting wreck. She's standing up. Oh no, she's going to her side as a blizzard spawns in. And there she is, on her side. Let's go check out the next ship. Okay, I will quickly rejoin the server because of the gameplay pause if it keeps happening. But it looks like it stopped happening. Here we are with our next ship, the RMS Olympic, and because of the lag, it's stuck floating. Okay, so server crashed, so I had to rejoin, but we are now back with the Olympic. Load up on the passengers. There we go. And let's head to Halifax. Yep, you heard me. We're going to Halifax again. Because we have not got any new ports yet, so we'll just head to Halifax again. As the RMS Olympic departs New York. Surprisingly going to a Canadian port. Yes, a British vessel heading to a Canadian port. It makes sense because British vessels went to New York, so it makes sense. So don't see why not a British vessel can't go to a Canadian port. Yeah, I customized the ship's horn to have the real ship's horn, because if you spawn this ship and without the Olympic horn, it just has Titanic horn, which is inaccurate. So I believe if you go to ship options to customize the horn, ship options, and you go to horn presence and you click on 6, you can give the Olympic horn if you click 6 on ship options, horn presence. So yeah, because we're in the private server, nobody can attack us with a U-boat. And look at that over there, it's a mini Titanic. Looks like it beached itself. Very interesting. What's that white chest over there? Let's head over to it. What's this? What is this? What does this give me? Money. Okay, we're going. Wow, lots of money. Okay, let's head back to our ship and get going to Halifax. There we go. Let's get going to Halifax. Hold head, and let's get going to Halifax. Now, if I had the original design Halifax, I mean Olympic, we would be selling that one, but because I don't have enough Robux to buy it, we are just selling the Olympic. We all know that it has similar design to the Titanic, but not so similar, sort of similar design to the Britannic, but Britannic was slightly bigger and had gantry davits with a second layer of a second hull. Second Hull. Anyway, let's get going to Halifax. Imagine if we hit a sea mine, then if that actually happened, not one Olympic ocean liner would hit a sea mine, but 2, the Britannic and the Olympic. But of course, during World War, the Olympic never sank. I mean, she was pretty close to sinking with a U-boat, but she sank, as we all know, sunk the U-boat. Can't tell, but if you look in the distance, there are some mines. Well, no worries. Oh yeah, there's a mine. There's a mine. Oh crap. Pumps, watertight doors.
The doors! The watertight doors!
I was turning so I could dodge that mine, but it looks like our I was turning so we could dodge that mine, but it looks like our bow has hit the mine. And I was just talking about if the Olympic hit a mine, hit a sea mine, not only one Olympic ocean liner, the Britannic, would have hit a mine, then the second Olympic class liner, then the second Olympic class liner had hit a mine. The Olympic. So now, in this game, the two Olympic class ocean liners had hit a mine. Okay, so it looks like one deck is underwater. We have a pretty shallow forward trim, but if you were on the deck, you would not even realize the ship was having a forward trim. It would look sort of normal, but if you were on this deck, on this set of portholes, then you would probably know the ship would have hit a sea mine. But our crew is trying to do their best to hold the water back as we are arriving at Halifax soon. If I'm correct, I believe Captain Smith actually was the captain on the Olympic before being the captain on the Titanic, so yeah, that's interesting. But it looks like if we look in the bridge, the wheelhouse is not its 1911 version, where the front of the wheelhouse was curved. It looks like it's 1930 version, where the wheelhouse is flat. And if this was the 1930 version, which it's not, because if this was the 1930 version, the shear stripe would be a little bit lower than where it is. So this looks like it's 1911 version, just with the superstructure flat. I mean, the wheelhouse flat. So this Olympic right here is kind of like a hybrid of its 1911 version because of its shear stripe near the superstructure, and its 1930 version where the wheelhouse, the forward of the wheelhouse is flat, not curved. But we are almost at Halifax. As you can see, the Halifax text is very big. New York text is small/medium. And there is Halifax in the distance. So let's drop off our passengers and sink the vessel. Of course, Olympic never sank in real life. So this is like a what if Olympic sank, which I already made twice. What if the Olympics sank in 1918? We anchored the ship. We just went from pretty shallow water to deep water. So, let's do what if the Olympic sank like Titanic. So, sink by bow with split. Of course, Titanic had a bit of a list than even keel. But we won't be doing that. We'll just be having it sink with a forward trim. Well, sink by bow with no list in split. So the Olympic is sinking like Titanic. So it looks like what I believe D, the letter D deck is now flooding. Oh, forecastle. The forecastle deck's now flooding. At this point, I believe C deck will be flooding right now. Okay. Now B deck, aka the second promenade, below the open promenade. And now A deck is flooding. Okay, boat deck's now flooding. But hey, oh, there goes the first funnel. But hey, Olympic has more lifeboats after Titanic sinking. So, more passengers could get off than Titanic. She's about to split soon as it becomes night. Yep, she has split between the second and third funnel, which is the more accurate sinking for Titanic. Titanic split. And then her stern should be going down. Yep, her stern is rising up like the Titanic. Oh, look at this. Her third funnel is actually caught on the superstructure along with her fourth funnel. But now they're sliding down off the ship. Yeah, as you can see, both funnels had slid off the ship. And there goes the Olympic, the final plunge. As her stern slips beneath the waves. And there goes the British flag, and there she goes. Let's check out the wreck. The bow is near the wall, and the stern is a bit further away. But when as you can see, with the Olympic, oh, the wreck is on a hill again. But as you can see, once we split the Olympic, there's no extra red hanging and no extra black there hanging. But if I did that with Titanic, it would be hanging for some reason. Okay, now see you with our next ship. And our final ship of today's video, and then, okay, our final ship of today's video until part 2 comes out, Symphony of the Seas. Not my favorite ship from Royal Caribbean. Symphony of the Seas, personally not my favorite ship from Royal Caribbean Cruises. Personally like Wonder of the Seas better, but we won't be doing a voyage. We just have to head out to some pretty deep water to sink this ship. I think this is pretty good. So our final ship sinking is V-Split. Symphony of the Seas has V-Split. Interesting. Wait, is there any interior in the hull? Yes, there is. That's nice. Oh, I actually pushed the bow. As you can see, the bow and... Oh, wow, the bow is actually sinking way faster than the stern. Oh, wow, the bow is actually sinking... Oh, wow, the bow is going down way faster. The bow of the Symphony of the Seas is now going under. And the stern, but the stern is, taking a bit. As you can see, the funnel just collapsed. Well, it collapsed a bit 2 seconds earlier. The final plunge of the bow has ended, and the final plunge of the stern has also ended. Let's go. Taking a bit for the stern to sink, but now it's sinking. Let's go check out the wreck. Oh, it looks like it's about to hit its own bow. Something that, what happens whenever I sing Titanic with a split. I'm actually going to try and push it so it can fall down. Let's try and see if that works. Come on, Symphony of the Seas. No, I don't want to sit. I'm trying to push you. Bruh. Stern of Symphony of the Seas. Cooperate with here. Fall over. Come on, fall over. Fall over, Stern. Come on, Stern. Well, can't get the stern to fall down. So I hope you enjoyed this video. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye. Don't mind the hello. I was just talking to my friend, okay? Bye.